10 of Beyond the Build.
Season 10, we're here.
Beyond the Build is here. We are on season 10, and you guys are in store for exactly what went on behind SSG 33.
We've been working on that for a while, but we wanted to make sure it was perfect and we could really give back to a meaningful cause. So I think this build's probably the most meaningful build yet.
The thing is just, it drives like a daily, no problem, but when you get on it, black lines matter. That's the name of that car, it should be. So for SSG 33, for me, personally, being Director of Business Development and taking on an entire new facet of the business, which is the charity component, which has been 2 years in the making in itself, I really wanted to make it completely different. It was like, okay, well, we're gonna introduce the charity component. We want something that we can be proud of, something that we align with, but on top of that, we had to make the car blow it out of the park.
So this build's been a bit longer than our normal build, so we put a lot more time into this one, and just a lot of the processes took a lot longer. Actually slept at Speed Society for the first time in 6 years, and yeah, we put in some 18-hour days to get this thing done by our deadline.
So one of the challenging parts of this build was starting with a horsepower number, right? We knew where we wanted to be. Great, we want a 1200 horsepower Mopar. What Mopar? Oh, let's do a Charger. And then it was like, okay, well, what parts do you need to get there? 1200 horsepower is a lot of horsepower, especially when you're going from 707 horsepower on a normal Hellcat engine. And Brenton Brown at Forza Tuned is very instrumental in his parts and the bolt-on stuff and all that, but this one had to be different. This one was, okay, cool, you wanna be up here and you're gonna be running a 2.75 pulley on a 3.0 Whipple, and you're gonna need what fuel injectors? Oh, fuel injectors. We started out with 1000cc, and then we went to 1200 fuel injector connection, and then we went to 1300X. And then we went to E85 fuel because, well, we wanted to make the horsepower while not having you guys have a complete gas guzzler. With gas prices today, we had that in mind.
Usually, we do the motor, do the suspension, or do some stuff to the motor, do some stuff to the suspension, but this car, full top to bottom, everything pretty much was upgraded on it. The suspension, the arms, the wheels, the tires, the entire engine was built pretty much from scratch with all of the top of the line parts to make sure it can sustain that power. So just the fact that we literally touched everything on this car, I think really makes it a step above.
Making that become a reality and start throwing it in the car and seeing it come to life, and then from first fire up to like, hey, let's roll into it, let's play with it, let's do a pull from 2,500 to 5,000, and you see that it made 900 or 860, and that was just like a sweeping pull or kind of just testing things. And then it was like, okay, well, what does the duty cycle look like? What does the injectors look like right now? How far can we go with this? It all came together. Brian, though, from LME, I cannot say enough. They are known for their late model Chevy completely. Everyone knows them. But he's done, when I gave him a call, I was like, hey, what do you think about doing a Gen 3 Hemi? And he's like, I've actually been doing them. We're actually doing a lot of them right now. We just haven't really got them out there and nobody knows we're doing them. I'm like, absolutely perfect. I want a 1200 horsepower one. He's like, okay, cool. Well, here's the whole build list, and gave me everybody to reach out to, from Callie's crank, Callie's rods, Diamond pistons, his own head CNC porting that he does there, and he put the whole thing together. It came fully assembled long block from LME, ready to go, and he knew what we were gonna get out of this thing and wanted out of it. The whole idea behind Speed Society is to give somebody a car that they otherwise wouldn't be able to afford, that's also going to last. Something you can beat the shit out of, mat the gas, and have fun. That's what it's all about. So I think, all in all, going from paper to reality, pretty cool. I'm pretty proud.
It's really cool. 10 seasons of Beyond the Build, just hearing the feedback from the fans, what people want to see, what they want to see next, and it's just really cool to be able to look back. A lot of times these builds are so close together. We're so busy, we're not always looking back, but it's a really good reminder of how much we've done in such a short period of time.
10 seasons of Beyond the Build, really cool. Hearing like, when's the next Beyond the Build coming out? It's coming, guys. We are on season 10, and you guys are in store for exactly what went on behind SSG 33.